Jaya Gopidana Vallabha Girivara Dhari. Jaya Gopidana Vallabha Girivara Dhari. Yashodanandana Brajadana Randana. Yashodanandana Brajadana Randana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari. Yashodanandana Brajadana Randana. Yashodanandana Brajadana Randana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Radha Madhava. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
Gaur Pimanande. Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa Pri Braj Gacharya Stotra Satya Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Shirabai Charan Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Iskandi Viti Founder Acharyas Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jaini Tagore Pimanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and to Sri Gauranga, all glories to Sri Prabhupada. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Takshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jita Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Syam Sri Rupam Sagradatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitam Scham Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suchidevi Pranamami Hare Priye Vansakalpa Tirubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Gaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskritam
Ram Chaiva Narotamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye.
Tato Jayamudiraye.
Before reciting this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, let us first offer our respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta Prayasha Bhadreshu
Nashtupraisha Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Tamashloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhaviti Naistiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtuki.
By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and rendering a service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed or practically to nil, and loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama
Idam Bhagavatam Namaha
Puranam Brahma Samhitam
Puranam Brahma Samhitam
Uttama Shloka Charitam
Uttama Shloke Charitam
Chakara Bhagavan Rishi
Chakaro Bhagavan Rishi
Nisreyasaya Lokasya
Nisreyasaya Lokasya
Dhanyam Swasya Namaha.
Dhannam Shasya Namaha.
The Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, the Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Sri Advaita
Shri
Gadadhar
Advaita Gadadhar
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Srivasadi Gaura
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
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 Om Sarabhyaya Namaha
Om Surabhyaya Namaha
Om Sarabhyaya Namaha
Om Surabhyaya Namaha
Om Sarabhyaya Namaha
Om Surabhyaya Namaha
Mukam karoti vatalam pangum langayate girim yatkripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam yatkripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome to our Bhagavatam class, and we are still in the first canto, chapter 7, the son of Drona punished, and today is text number 29, is it? 29?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes. Okay, 29 does not have any purports, so we will do 30. 30 has a short purport. So, text number 30, Samhatya
Samhatya
Anyonyam
Anyonyam
Ubhayos
Abhayo
Tejasi
Tejasi
Shara
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 Samvrite
Samrute
Avritya
Avritya
Rodasi
Rodasi
Kam
Kam
Cha
Cha
Vavridhate
Pravridhate
Arika
Arika
Arka
Arka
Vanivat
Vanivat
Samhatyanyonyam Ubhayos
Samyatyonyam Abhayo
Tejasi Shara Samvrite
Tejasi Shara Samrite
Avritya Rodasi Kamcha
Avritya Rodasi Kamcha
Vavridhate Arka Vanivat
Vavridhate Vanivat
Samhatyanyonyam Ubhayos
Samhatyanyam Ubhayas
Tejasi Shara Samvrite
Tejasi Shara Samrite
Avritya Rodasi Kamcha
Avritya Rodasi Kamcha
Vavridhate Arka Vanivat
Vavridhate
Samhatyanyonyam Ubhayos
Samhatyanyam Ubhayas
Tejasi Shara Samvrite
Tejasi Shara Samrite
Avritya Rodasi Kamcha
Avritya Rodasi Kamcha
Vavridhate Arka Vanivat
Vavridhate Karvanivat
Samyatyanyonyam Ubhayos
Samyatyana Ubhayas
Stay तेजसी सरसंवृते
तेजसी सरसंविते
आवृत्या रोजसिंहं च
Avrityarudasikam cha
वावृद्धाते अर्कवाहिव
Bhavridaterkavanivat.
संहत्यायन उभयोस्
Samhatyanyonyam ubayos
तेजसी सरसंविते
Tejasi sara sambrite
अवृत्तारदशिखं च
Avrityarudasikam cha
भवृधाते अकारवाणिवत्
Bhavridaterkavanivat.
संहत्यान्योन्यम् उभयोः
Samhatyanyonyam ubayos
तेजसी सरसंवृते
Tejasi sara sambrite
आवृत्या रोदसी खञ्च
Avrityarudasikam cha
वावृधातेर्कावह्निवा
Bhavridaterkavanivat. Samhatya.
संहत्या
By combination of
by combination of
anyonyam,
न्यूनं
one another,
one another
ubhayoho,
उभयः
of both,
अबोध
tejasi,
तेजसी
the glares, shara,
शर
shara,
शर
weapons,
विपन्
sambrite,
समृते
covering,
कवरि
avitya,
अवृत्या
covering,
कवरि
rodasi,
रोदसी
the complete firmament,
the complete permanent
kamcha,
kamcha
outer space, outer space also,
outer space also
Bhavridhate,
Bhavridhate
increasing,
increasing
arka,
Arka
the sun globe,
the sun globe
vanivat,
Vanivat
like fire.
like fire.
So before reading the translation to text 30, we'll read text number 29 that doesn't have any purport. So text 29, everyone can repeat. Sutta uvacha
Uvacha
srutva bhagavata proktam
Sutta Bhagavata Bhaktam
falguna paraviraha
Parguna Paraviraha
spirits Spritsvapastam parikramya
Visvatam
परिक्रम्य
Brahman Brahmastram Sandati.
Brahmam Brahmastam Sangate
Translation. Sri Sutta Goswami said, hearing this from the personality of Godhead, Arjuna touched water for purification, and after circumambulating Lord Sri Krishna, he cast his Brahmastra weapon to counteract the other one. And text 30. When the rays of the two Brahmastras combined, a great circle of fire, like the disk of the sun, covered all outer space and the whole firmament of planets. So kind of repeat after me this text 30. When the sun rays,
When the sun
actually, when the rays
when the rays
of the two Brahmastras combined,
of the two Brahmastas combined,
a great circle of fire,
a great circle of fire,
like the disk of the sun,
like the disk of the sun,
covered all outer space
covered
and the whole firmament of
the whole
planets.
firmament of
Purport. The heat the heat created by the flash of a Brahmastra resembles the fire exhibited in the sun globe at the time of cosmic annihilation. The radiation of atomic energy is very insignificant in comparison to the heat produced by a Brahmastra. The atomic bomb explosion can at utmost blow up one globe, but the heat produced by the Brahmastra can destroy the whole cosmic situation. The comparison is therefore made to the heat at the time of annihilation. So this topic of Brahmastra in the last few shlokas, Prabhupada is making reference to what is known in modern days as the atomic bomb, nuclear. The first atomic bomb was launched in recent times on Pearl Harbor. Well, not on Pearl Harbor. The attack was made on Pearl Harbor, but the atomic, as a reaction, the Japanese somehow attacked Hawaii, which is part of the U.S., and then so the scientists have, since the last century, discovered what they call the nuclear bomb, and I've not studied the subject matter, so I'm not at all an expert on it. But I think we've all heard how do they create atomic bomb? It's connected with atom, isn't it? They managed to somehow split an atom. I mean, atoms are everywhere. There's thousands and millions of atoms probably in our body. The atom is actually described in the Bhagavatam also, the formation of atom. So just by dividing, they've learned to divide through their scientific research and whatnot, to split an atom. When you split an atom, that produces nuclear bomb. So that means that there's so much of hidden energy in one atom. Just like they describe how the soul, the atma, the jiva, which permeates our entire body. Every living entity is conscious, is animate because of the presence of the soul, and that is also, of course, that is spiritual energy. So material energy is powerful. How much more the the energy or the Shakti that is emanating from the soul is beyond our imagination as well. So this is the continuing story here. Arjuna was advised by Lord Krishna to counteract the Brahmastra weapon because he was probably the only person who knew the art and the science of doing that. And this is what is being described here. Yeah. So we'll just continue reading a few more verses here. Text number 31. Drist vastra tejas tu tayos
Dristabhastra tejastutayos
tril lokan pradahan mahat
Trilokan Pradhan Mahat
dahyamana praja sarvaha
Dayamana Praja Sarva
samvartakam amam sata.
Samvartakam Amam Sata.
Translation: all the population of the three worlds was scorched by the combined heat of the weapons. Everyone was reminded of the Samvartaka fire, which takes place at the time of annihilation. Purport: the three worlds are the upper, lower, and intermediate planets of the universe. Although the Brahmastra was released on this earth, the heat produced by the combination of both weapons covered all the universe, and all the populations on all the different planets began to feel the heat excessively and compared it to that of the Samvartaka fire. No planet, therefore, is without living beings, as less intelligent, materialistic men think. So this Brahmastra weapon, Prabhupada was making the point actually in the previous report, the nuclear bomb has the potential, the nuclear bomb has the potential of destroying one planet, but but one planet is only one planet of the universe, whereas the Brahmastra weapon, as it is mentioned here, has so much of power that it can destroy, or that the heat produced from that Brahmastra weapon is felt throughout the whole universe. Actually, when we were, it is being told that generally every year here in India, I don't know about other places, but there is the what they call the hot period is from approximately March to June or July. And this year, apparently, according to scientists, and we are experiencing this on a daily basis, the whole of India and possibly other countries as well is experiencing what is called heat wave that has not been seen, according, again, since it's not been like this for 120 years. We got a little glimpse of that when we went to Delhi, actually, recently. How the kind of heat we are experiencing here 38, 39 degrees Celsius, but in Delhi they have 45, 46 degrees Celsius. This is not normal. So um, there's a natural sequence. I mean, Prabhupada is making reference to the at the time of devastation, at the end of the creation, there's that description is given in the Bhagavatam, how the whole universe becomes totally set on fire, annihilated. So Prabhupada also makes a point that throughout the Bhagavatam, how there are other living entities also in other planets. So when there is some disturbance on one planet, major disturbance, it can also affect what is happening on other planets as well. Right now, actually, in the world, because of not following principles of dharma, we are creating severe imbalances for which we are in different ways suffering the effects. One of them is in terms of excessive heat and excessive cold. So that means that when people are not performing activities in line with the principles of dharma, then all kinds of reactions actually take place. Negative reactions. These guys start real early in the morning. Okay, we'll continue reading a little bit here. It's an ongoing description of what is taking place. Text number 32. Prajopadravam alakshya loka vyatikaram chatam matam cha vasudevasya sanjahararjuno dvayam. Translation. Thus, seeing the disturbance of the general populace and the imminent destruction of the planets, Arjuna at once retracted both Brahmastra weapons as Lord Sri Krishna desired. And the purport. The theory that the modern atomic bomb explosions can annihilate the world is childish imagination. First of all, the atomic energy is not powerful enough to destroy the world. And secondly, ultimately, it all rests on the supreme will of the Supreme Lord, because without His will or sanction, nothing can be built up or destroyed. It is foolish also to think that natural laws are ultimately powerful. Material nature's law works under the direction of the Lord, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord says there that natural laws work under his supervision. The world can be destroyed only by the will of the Lord and not by the whims of tiny politicians. Lord Sri Krishna desired that the weapon released by both Drauni and Arjuna be withdrawn, and it was carried out by Arjuna at once. Similarly, there are many agents of the all-powerful Lord, and by his will only can one execute what he desires. So Prabhupada is making 2 points here in the purport. That what modern scientists have discovered in terms of atomic weapon or atomic bomb or atomic energy is not powerful enough to actually destroy the planet, although it can cause quite a bit of havoc, but it cannot really destroy the planet. And the other point that Prabhupada is making is that that's in the Bhagavad Gita, that there are 5 things that are needed for any result to actually take place. What are those 5 activities or 5 aspects that are needed? The knower, the field, the activity, the intention, or yes, and of course the last one, but most important one, is daiva. Yeah, daiva. So that means that unless Krishna has the master plan, and unless Krishna sanctions, then even though, as we can see, since especially the last century, there is tremendous exploitation of the natural resources on the planet. There's so much of destruction on a daily basis. It is estimated that so many species are becoming extinct every day. Have you read about this? And the more different species become extinct, obviously this has an effect on us humans, who are also one of the many species, because we depend on other species, although we don't realize sufficiently. So due to, again, it's all connected with dharma. When we are not understanding about dharma, when we're not following dharma, then we create situations that bring about negative reactions and ultimately suffering to individuals. But as we were reading that purport of the pastimes of Lord Nrsingadev, we know how when Lord Nrsingadev appeared from the pillar uh, Hiranyakashipu, naturally, although very surprised, attacked Nrsimhadev, and there was a whole big battle that took place. And that battle went on for quite some time. And even at one point, I think the weapon of Lord Nrsimhadev fell from his hand, and all the demigods became very, oh. Uh, at one point in the description of the fighting, it mentions that Hiranyakashipu, feeling that, okay, it was because he was basically playing with Nrsimhadev. So when he decided, okay, this is enough, then he actually finished off Nrsimhadev, Hiranyakashipu, within a moment. He just picked him up and just tore with his nails, as we know. So in the purport, Prabhupada explains and gives a very stern warning to the modern day leaders who are not performing activities based on dharma. The Prabhupada says that in the same way that Nrsimhadev within a very short time can just finish off Hiranyakashipu, modern day leaders, whatever position they may be holding, if they are not cautious within a moment, within any time, Krishna can actually put an end to the demoniac activities. So, this is, of course, since time immemorial, going on in the world, this competition between the asuric mentality and those who are of the divine and the demoniac. So those who are in the category of divine, means devotees, they know that nothing can actually happen unless it is ultimately sanctioned by the Lord. So even though so many demoniac, adharmic activities are going on in the world, devotees remain very, very hopeful and positive that in due course of time, Krishna will correct the situation, and therefore we should never be hopeless in observing what is sometimes seemingly a hopeless situation in the world, which is very much what is taking place at present. So this point Prabhupada is making here in the purport, that everything ultimately is conducted by the will of the Lord. So if there's no question on this, we'll just maybe read one or two more verses. Any comment or question?
So why these texts are not inspiring us?
why these texts are like seemingly like they are adventures, but still we are sitting here. Yeah, Brahmastra. Yeah. So why we don't feel them? Why they are not present?
Well, it's not the
As you
full.
see, as you read, we should like a child. Why we are not feeling any special emotion? Or we have to listen to have emotion in this part of the Bhagavatam. The same Bhagavatam as the Rasalila. Why the Rasalila is Rasalila, dancing with the girls? But why not this? What is wrong?
Consciousness is wrong.
Yeah, but a little bit more helpful, please.
Well, the Bhagavatam reading and Bhagavatam hearing involves many factors. The subject matter, which may be possibly of different interest to devotees, the conscience of each person who's attending Bhagavatam class is also a factor. I mean, we all have individual consciousness in terms of being either alert to what is being discussed or how much of attention we are giving to the subject matter. Like this, there are different factors. Some topics may evoke more reaction on the part of the audience. Some topics may evoke less. Um, so like this, there are different factors that are there.
But what is the proper? What is inspiring devotee to have more love and attraction to Krishna, to Arjuna, or to Ashwatthama?
How to have more attraction for the subject matter.
Subject matter, the persons,
right?
The speaker, feeling gratefulness that they took these difficulties to discuss, to write down, compile. It's like a big work.
Yes. There are various factors. I don't think we can isolate just one factor. There are different factors involved in making any. For example, when people are together discussing some particular topic, then unless there is group participation, then the subject matter, unless the subject matter is totally of not at all interest to people, of course, all subject matters from the Bhagavatam should be of interest to us. We should be able to find Prabhupada in his various purports is making different points, and both the speaker and the audience need to try and appreciate and understand these different points that are being made, both in the text as well as the purport. And of course, I mean, generally for an exchange to take place, well, there needs to be an exchange. It means people need to share their thoughts or their realizations on the subject matter. Then the exchange becomes more appealing, more interesting. and it's it's not really something that can be forced. It has to come out in a more natural and spontaneous manner, based on the individuals who are participating in that we could call it exercise of attending and hearing the Bhagavatam class.
Maharaj, millions of people watching videos of kung fu or fightings when they throw like the Harry Potter, and millions are interested for that. That would be also the topic which this kind of persons are interesting for. Yeah, you're smiling immediately when you hear this kung fu or something. Yeah, it's interesting for energetic fighting or like these weapons. We should bring it out from here. It's the most powerful weapon, and it's
How to apply this subject in a present situation, present world.
How to apply this subject?
Yes.
to present or apply.
In future and present world.
Well, that's a good question, and here we are dealing with a subject matter which is one of the many things that are learnt by those who take up military science. The Pandavas, we were discussing the other day how Dronacharya was teaching his various students. So, of course, this is like a very specialized and unique weapon. I mean, the subject matter of weapons should be of interest, but may not be of interest to everyone. I remember reading when the Pandavas were in King Virata's kingdom, the last year when they were in incognito, they were hiding, right? So they all had their different seva in the palace, right? Yudhisthira was playing dice and advising, and then Bhima was in the kitchen. So they all had their different. So during the day they would perform their different services. Then in the evening they would all actually come together. So it's related. I think it must be in Mahabharata that King Virata he was suspecting. These are very unusual people. Who came to his. That was the custom before. You could come to somebody's kingdom and kind of like, can I stay here? I can do some service. I know this, I know that. And so after some time, he sent one spy. He sent one of his men to find out a little bit about who are these people actually. And so that spy went, and the 5 Pandavas, along with Draupadi, they were talking because their 13 years of exile was about to end. The 13 or 14 years? 14 years. And which means that they would be confronting Duryodhana and company. So when that spy went, he started to hear. And then he went back to the palace, and he reported to King Virata. They were talking all about different kinds of weapons. You know, people who are Kshatriyas, they talk about things related to Kshatriyahood. So your question is how to apply the subject matter. Well, the subject matter has to do with the military science. The subject matter has to do with training of Kshatriyas. And of course, this uh, subject matter of Brahmastra weapon, as we are understanding here by the description, is like we could say the ultimate weapon. So when somebody goes for training in, let's say, in a Gurukul or wherever, he's not going to learn about Brahmastra weapon in the first week.
That's good. Good for the camp. Safety.
If at all he ever, I mean, all of the students of Dronacharya, nobody learned how to throw it and how to retract it. Only Arjuna actually knew both. And Asvatthama knew how to throw it but didn't know how to retract it. So um, an application, how this topic is relevant for us today, well, we are governed in the world today by persons who are not, according to Vedic knowledge, according to Vedic standard, according to Vedic culture, they're not Kshatriyas. They're not real Kshatriyas because they're not upholding Dharma. So therefore, I mean, one of the obvious things that we could be applying, but that so far we've not really given the kind of attention that we should, is to train, because that was one of Prabhupada's desires also, that not only we train Brahmanas, but we also train Kshatriyas.
So when we train structures, we should
Well,
use the text.
At some point, this will become a topic because this is a weapon. Just like recently, our Pratik, he brought the Gada. The Gada is a traditional weapon. I was just thinking this morning how since our, Prabhu Kishora is here, before leaving, if it is possible, Balaram will be very happy to get a Gada and a small plow in his hand because he can carve. He knows how to carve. Yeah. Just like you carved Gornitai in Hibri. So, if possible, if the time is there, and if we can find the proper wood, I suppose. So, in other words, the subject matter of military science, or that is all contained in. We should be interested to know. We should learn about what is called Dhanurveda, because the subject matter that is being discussed here is connected with Dhanurveda and other such type of. Okay, we cannot maybe create or have individuals who are maybe on this level, but the basic idea is that unless we have qualified individuals to be leaders in society and to be leaders in our communities, because it's not, when we think of Vedic science of Kshatriyahood, it's not only kings. I mean, in every community, some people are taking leadership, different types of leadership. So this should be of interest to all of us. Yeah.
I think that's a very good point, that if someone is in a position, they'll have to learn the emotion of that position to wake up. like you told that leaders should, show that. Like when Prabhupada was fighting in Mumbai, there was a big fight, and he was not quite okay. Whatever Krishna wants, no, he was fighting like a warrior,
Yes, yes, yes.
and his emotions came up. Oh, there's a big rascal, and he was speaking about very widely. Everyone was shocked. Oh, Maharaj, Maharaj is so impressed, so I was so angry like that.
Yes, yes.
So it's okay when a leader is in the leadership mood. He is in that
Yeah.
in that all these details appears, and he
Correct.
feels what on that situation is happening in the spiritual world also. So Krishna
Yeah.
want to fight. Okay, let's be with him. Fight
Right.
with him.
Yeah.
Here is this book is the Krishna Dharma Prabhu wrote about these situations, and just a very
Okay.
short part
Yeah.
when Arjuna asked what is this glaring high heat coming up, and then please therefore tell me what is this terrible effulgence? Arjuna, you are a mage warrior. Do you recognize the glare of the dreadful Brahmastra weapon? So he's teasing Krishna too. Hey, you are a great warrior. Why are you asking me? I am just a chariot driver. Krishna told. And then Arjuna's eyes grew wide. Who? Did Ashwatthama release it? Yes. Told Krishna. I don't know. Yes or yes. Like that. And then he does not know how to withdraw the weapon. Drona only told that to me. Unchecked, it may destroy the world. Like that. Fear makes man reckless. Krishna told. Yeah, that's happened. Arjun, you must quickly neutralize this threat. Release your own Brahmastra. Arjuna shocked. Hey, two Brahmastras fire at once? Surely that will annihilate the planet. So it was a nice, serious conversation. Two Brahmastras. There's one.
Yeah. Another
Don't
one.
ask me again. The other one. How is it? No, it's okay. Then he's just touching each other. Then you withdraw, and the timing is very important. So this timing is your responsibility. Krishna told to Arjuna. So nice conversation between two person who knows the details,
Yes.
and then ultimately Krishna could protect everyone in one moment, but he want to see these persons taking the responsibility and they are doing their best, and
Correct.
the result is in his hand.
Listen. Yeah.
And these are also one of the 12 rasas. There are 5 main rasas and then 7 secondary rasas.
Correct. Right.
And they are part of that. Without them, the life is not the same.
Yes. Yeah. Kshatriya spirit. Kshatriya spirit.
It's not like only Kshatriyas could have Kshatriya spirit, but the situation.
Right. Yeah. That's why one of our devotees has planned and desire to set up traditional Kshatriya Gurukula.
Yeah.
We need Brahmana Gurukula.
Put them a little bit further. Put them a little bit further.
Yeah.
They would practice.
Right.
And may they make some mistakes.
Correct. Yeah.
I heard that Australia was the place where Kshatriyas practice these power weapons.
I heard also about that.
Did you hear also?
The word I heard when I went to Australia, actually somebody told me, you know where this name Australia comes from? And then I said, no. He said it comes from Astra. Astra. The Pandavas used to, and other Kshatriyas used to come and practice their military science in Australia. And so actually Australia, the population is only on the seashore. So the middle is like vacant practically. This is like dry, I think. So I don't know if it's true, but because Australia is a big country actually, very big. Yeah,
But it's definitely they should practice somewhere.
yeah, yeah.
It's not like it's immediately everything and it's very.
Right. It's like
They should practice.
yeah, like to practice archery. Obviously, our place is a little small. Sorry, Maharaj. We didn't want to hit the kutir.
Partly destroyed this. Okay, we'll build again.
But yeah, forests are actually good places. You need a lot of away from it. Jai. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Sri Prabhupada ki Gauda Pimanandi. Yes. So they're bringing bricks.